God, man, I don't know where to start. Hey, what's shaking, everybody? It's your boy King of the Golden State. We're coming at you live. Not live, more like pre recorded, excuse me. Yes, we are coming at you recorded. And I got a stack of books. I don't even know where to start. God, yeah, I mean, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do it like the song Proud Mary goes, Tina Turner. We're going to start it nice and easy, and we're going to end it rough. All right, so starting off nice and easy. I went to, let me see, I went to a shop up northern California, and hit up a couple shops in there before I went to go visit a few friends just for a weekend, or just like hang at their lake house. And I started out going to about one shop and picking up a few books. But yeah, before I start, guys, I'm all over. Like I said, I'm all over the place. Sure, like, comment, subscribe down below. You know the deal. So I went down there to shop and picked up some books. And before I was there before, and they said, "Yeah, we have some books you had on hold from us from you picked up from the dollar bin because they had a certain amount of money where you can't really just use a credit card." So I said, "All right, if you hold it, I'll come back." And these are the books they held for me. It was in the dollar bin. It was like whatever, 25th issue of Silver Surfer. I thought it was a pretty cool cover. I like that Ron Lim cover, Joe Rubinstein inks. So I got that. Also had another copy of Sleepwalker #1. Every time I look at this, I keep thinking about how I enjoyed the series, and I sold it back to the comic shop when I was a kid, because I was pretty much done. There wasn't really anything else crazy about it, because I got that, got Full Killer, those little miniature series and such. But I was like, whatever. Figure I get it again since I hear spec talk about Sleepwalker coming to Hulu. So there's that talk. I also picked this one up at a dollar bin. I thought it was pretty cool to have. Josh Middleton cover of Supergirl #36. I really don't even care about the story. I just love the cover. So that's pretty badass, man. So those were a dollar. Went through their back issue bin, and found that. And you can peep the price tag. That price tag is real. That's Marvel Fanfare #11. That's the first appearance of a character called Iron Maiden, who's supposed to be played by Rachel Weisz. Who's supposed to be like the bad guy in the next Black Widow movie. But forget that. Look at this. This is a great looking George Perez cover, and inked by Bob Layton too. So I thought it was pretty cool, man. I really dug that. Yeah, I got this because based on spec, and ever since they announced this being confirmed that Rachel Weisz is going to be the bad guy or one of the bad guys in the Black Widow movie, I keep looking around for other copies of this, and I can't find it anywhere now. So it's like all of a sudden people just swooped up on it. Went up to another comic shop, actually. And this is a snipe for me, because this was the one where I thought, well, it turned into a snipe. I thought it was going to be like a regular decent sale. And, I went through, like months prior, I went through this guy's long boxes, and he had a big old whole bunch of spawns, and it was one of those things where I was like, okay, cool, I'll see if he'll sell them to me. Brought him up to the register, and the guy was like, no, I can't sell these. I'm trying to sell these as a set. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Now, that was months ago. That was like, say, 2-3 months ago. So recently, went back up there. I just had to take a look. I decided to go through long boxes again. And there it is. Those 2 books I was looking forward to still sitting there. And they're Spawn books. So as far as the Spawn books you're thinking about, I'm sure you have an idea already of which ones I was looking at. Spawn 174 and 175. And of course that's the appearance of, Gunslinger Spawn. And it's even got the, typo, if you can see right there on the cover. So these are really cherry, man. These covers. Let me just plug this in. Excuse me. Pardon this. These are really cherry looking covers, man. No spine ticks or nothing. This is clean as hell. I mean, I inspected both sides, and at worst, I think these will be like a 9.6 if I sent them in to get slabbed. Maybe a 9.8. This one right here feels like a 9.8. This one, I don't know. Being as a dark cover and you don't trust whether something's a spine tick or not, this definitely is going to be a slab candidate. And yeah, so going back to how I got this, in my possession. I went, the original employee told me it's part of a set that he's trying to sell off. So I was like, okay. So I come back, and another employee, I brought the books up to, the books are still there. So the whole set was still there. Well, most of the set. I think somebody picked through them. And so I brought these 2 particular books up to the register to a different employee who was working that day. And I asked him, hey, can you do a price check on this and tell me how much they are? Because I had no price stickers on them. So I gave him a few minutes, looked through all of it. He comes back to me and says, straight face and nothing, just like a straight face or nothing. He just says $10. And for me, with a blank look on my face, I was kind of like, I kind of played it like I was thinking about it, but I wasn't, because I already made a decision as soon as I heard the number 10 in my head. And I said, okay, that's fine. That's, $10 each. No big deal. So out the door, smile, grinning ear to ear, man. I couldn't believe it. So I was pretty stoked to actually have this. This is one of my few snipes I got, man. This is definitely a snipe book for me, or snipe pair of books. So there was that. Let me see. Where am I going next? Later, let me see. Earlier on in the week, hit up 2 shops on comic book new comic day. So I went through some of the back issues and I found that Swamp Thing number 49. That's like the unofficial appearance of Justice League Dark. Saw that sitting in the back issue bin, and I don't have many Swamp issue books, so I figured I'd pick this one up. But maybe I'll give it a read one day. It's not a great condition book. Also, another shop I went to, picked up Shang-Chi, Masters of Kung Fu, The Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, and this is a final issue, and it's got an appearance of the Daughters of the Dragon, and it's got a couple of different things going on in this issue. So you got like the Daughters of the Dragon being forced into heroin use. Let me see, they sneaked in, like the artist sneaked in a topless Colleen Wing near the last few pages, not like nonchalantly in the background or anything. She's clearly on a page, and I think whoever the artist was probably said, screw this, I'm gonna draw whatever I want to draw, and he did that. And this book right now this book is kind of a slightly hard to find book, or unless it was like hiding in front of your face in plain sight. But I know my comic shop's got this for like $150 or something like that, or $195 right now currently, last I checked. Let me see, and online they're going for about a pretty good price. At the shop I went to, they had this one for $15, and I was like, hell yes, I would take that, please. Anything to see Colleen Wing topless. Perv. No, but this one's kind of, this is definitely like a decent copy. It could get pressed out. You can see right here at the top corner, it's got a little ding there. It could be pressed out. And I got like a little color break right there, and of course a small little bite there in the top right corner. So it's not too bad. I mean, this thing could probably come back a 5 or a 6 at best if I get it slabbed. But yeah, I was pretty stoked to actually find that out there in the wild. So during the week, it was during the week I went to a comic shop in the middle, in another part of California, and this is basically me being bored, and I just wanted to go on a little spec run, just go see if I could find some stuff. So, and deal with some fillers. So, and the books they had there are really, really cheap, dirt cheap, to a point where I bought multiple copies of things there. So, and I keep seeing this particular book, so I saw it, or actually I've been seeing this particular run. I never got around to reading it. And I think I have the original copies in my collection. Actually, no, I think I might have the first 2 in my collection. So I said, screw it, I'm gonna buy the whole run and read it. Hulk and Wolverine Meltdown. That's issue 4. Issue 3. Some really sick covers, man. Some issue number 2. And, of course, issue number 1. So I've got those on the cheap. I just was like, I'm going to have to sit back and read these. I don't even know if this is a trade or not, but I figure what the hell. These are pretty cool to have, just in the collection by Simonson and by both Simonsons. So I thought it was pretty cool. Also picked up Thor, God of Thunder, number 25. That's a variant edition done by Simon Bisley. This is supposed to be, it's weird, but it's the second cameo appearance of Jane Foster. I didn't understand that, but I thought it was pretty cool seeing it there for just a few bucks. This one I found, which is Vision and Scarlet Witch. Got 2 copies of that. This is supposed to be a spec book about Scarlet Witch giving birth to twins. I think twins. I want to say twins or kids. She's giving birth to kids, you know, and that's supposed to be spec'd out with the whole WandaVision thing going on. So I thought, you know, why the hell not pick these up? So I decided to grab that. And the guy's shop doesn't care about how many copies you get when you're in there, because he's trying to clean out stuff there. So I figured, what the hell, I'll just buy multiple copies and maybe I'll flip them or something like that. So end up getting 5 copies of Warp number 5. This is the first cameo of Grimm Jack. So got that all for I think they were like $2 each. They're all in they're in decent conditions. I think I had one. I think I had 6 of these, and I actually gave one away. So I had 5 copies of the Cameo. So if I had 5 copies of the Cameo, how many copies do you think I have of the full? Well, I have 1. I have 2. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think that's all on the camera. Yep. So this is a full appearance of Grimm Jack. This has already been cleared for a TV show from Amazon Prime. So the Russos are producing this show for Amazon Prime. So, you know, figure I just jump in and get this. These are easily like $30 books right now. So I just figured, you know, for the price that the guy was selling them to me for, I said, yes, I am grabbing these. Thank you. So grab the stack of those. Watch them become worthless in a matter of time. Also saw these and I had to jump on them since there's been so much talk. And this is one of the reasons why I went out there, because I knew that there's a good chance they would have had them at this shop. Found a couple copies of Captain Atom. And then, of course, here's my reader copy, because this one I grabbed by accident. This was kind of a jacked up one, where you could see this one's all messed up. This is not even pressable. Maybe somewhat, but it's pretty jacked up. And even if it was pressable, like, look at that back. That back is all scrunched up. This one flew by my radar, but, you know, I mean, the comic still is a readable copy. So, but yeah, I had 5 of these copies that I picked up there, and I sold one on the NY Warriors auction every Tuesday at 6:30 on the home of the NY Warriors. There's your plug. Yeah, so had 5, so technically I have 3. So I'm probably gonna flip these too. I had a feeling that they were gonna be at the shop I went to over in California. I had to grab them. So there's that. Also went to another shop in the area, in that same area, and was able to pick these up. Yep, I know, multiple copies everywhere, right? Thor, God of Thunder. That is issue 25. That is the original cover of the of Jane Foster as Thor. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I got these. I got these all covered. So I was really digging that, man. I was digging that, and now I'm probably just gonna see if I can flip these as soon as possible before you know, the internet goes crazy or something. I don't know, but it was pretty cool having to find these all in a shop. And yeah, ever since the announcement, things have gone just hog wild. People are just all over comic shops like wildfire looking for anything Jane Foster. I mean, Jane Foster is serious fire right now. All right, let's see. Going back to this past weekend, went to a. Let me see. I went to the South Bay and went to go hit up some shops out there. And before I start, today I went to my shop down the street, and I picked these up because I thought, man, let's see what's over there. Just shoot the shit, kill some time for the day before my Monday starts. So I found both of these. Anthony Bourdain's Hungry Ghost. That price tag is true. It's $12.75. I thought it was pretty dope. And it's just a whole pack. It's a miniseries pack of the Hungry Ghost thing. So I thought this is pretty cool. So I might read this before I actually flip this considerably. And then this, I can't believe they had my shop down the street. It's not my LCS, but it's just, you know, the shop down the street. I was just walking down there. I figured just peek through the stuff for a couple minutes. and I found another copy of Bloodstone. For the first few years, I've never found any of these Bloodstones, and lo and behold, this is like my third, maybe fourth copy. I've lost count at this point of this thing. So I mean, like, to see the price too, it was like $9.95. This issue is a $30 book on its own, to say the least. I mean, but then again, a 9.8 is like, I think a 9.8 is about $600. So I don't know. The copies I have, I might actually make those just ones that get slabbed and see what happens there, man. Because that's just crazy to see another copy sitting in there. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe that. It was just nuts to me. So, hey, $10. I'm not gonna say no to that. Not at all. So there was that. So anyway, past weekend, went to the South Bay, hit up a couple shops. Also did a trade, and I traded some books away just to get a book I really, really, really wanted. Even though I already have a copy of something else, that's what I used to make a trade to get this book I really wanted. But besides that, let's not go there yet. Went to the shop, and I understood they had they got like a new collection of stuff, and it was like 3 for $1 because they got too many comics in there. And this is a shop that prizes their time more on their money is more in Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic the Gathering cards, and they just happen to have comic books. So, decided to go in there, see what they had. And I spent maybe a couple hours just digging and hearing people talk, Magic the Gathering and all these other playing card stuff, and I'm just trying to filter that out in my head as I'm going through comic books over and over again. There are so many long boxes, it wasn't even funny. But stuff I found down there. Found this. I don't know if there's anything special about this Black Widow particular issue. So there's so many different, during the Marvel Nights, there were different Black Widow issues. I was kind of I just lost focus on that. Found this here, the Lone Wolf and Cub #1, introduction with Frank Miller. Upon further review, I didn't look too hard at this. I just realized it was a jacked up copy. So, I mean, it's definitely a reader's, that's for certain. I mean, I could sit back and read this thing, for the hell of it. But, I mean, 3 for $1. You can't go wrong with that. I think this is my third copy of a Brand New Day variant. Like I said, it was part of that 3 for $1 pile. I believe that's an Addy Granoff variant. So, and it was pretty clean, too. I liked it, too. Found a filler of Incredible Hulk 249. It's one I don't have in my run. So I grabbed that. Like I said, I mean, if you need fillers, you just go to places that do 3 for $1s, or go to a half price books, those will help with your fillers. Really cool Action Comics cover by George Perez of Action Comics 643. It's a cover swipe of Superman #1, so I thought that was pretty dope to have. I might have that, I'm not sure, but I just saw that because I needed to fill the 3 for $1 pile. So there was that. Also in that 3 for $1 pile, yeah, the Avengers #326. This is my second copy of the first appearance of Rage. So, and that character of Rage was not the greatest character. I think a lot of people didn't like the character, but yeah, you're neither here nor there. There was spec talk about the death, the high cost of living. I remember back in the day, this book used to be a hot book, and now it's in the dollar bins. You can find these in the dollar bins just about anywhere, but I think it's starting to warm back up again. And yeah, it's just one of those things. I know I already have a copy of this originally, but just to hear that, just to find this in the 3 for $1 bin was kind of weird. And then now to hear that there's talk that this book is probably going to heat back up some point. So if you ever get around to it, keep an eye on it. And also, it's a good read by Neil Gaiman. And Chris Bacalo did the art. So what else did I find in there? I found a number of things in there. Oh yeah, found some more Star Slayer, which introduced the full appearance of Grimm Jack. Found 2 copies this time. I couldn't find 7 or 8 this time around, unfortunately. Found Alpha Flight #51. This one's got an issue or 2. I think that's a sticker. That's a tape that shouldn't be on there. Yeah, so I found that, and it's kind of it could be pressed. So I mean, it's got some scrunches on it on the side, on the front. I mean, it won't make out in this Mylar here, or this poly bag, but yeah, first appearance of I believe Lady Deathstrike. So I figure why not, for 3 for $1, you can't go wrong. there was spec talk about this one. This is a new Legion of Superheroes #1. There was something to do with Brian Michael Bendis bringing out the new Legions of Superheroes or something like that. So, a lot of these books I'm picking up, you just can't go wrong with. So, you know, once you have sales like that and you see stuff like that, you just can't help but grab it. Also, like this, Captain Britain and the MI13. This is when Blade joins the MI13, and there's spec talk about that, being that Blade is one of the hottest characters next to Lady Thor at this point. My perverted side jumped on, picked up some Cheval Noir. So, I love some Mobius stuff, and there's a nice Mobius cover. Like stuff like that's pretty cool. I like that cover. Also found not one, but two. Excuse me, not one but two copies of Dakota North. So I'm not sure how many copies I got of this because there's spec talk about this. That's why I'm picking them up, and they're pretty easy to find in dollar bins if you get around to finding them. So I would grab one even for $1. And I'm still looking for the Canadian variant, so I'm still searching for that. So the Canadian variant, I believe the price is different. I think it's like 90 or 95 cents instead of 75 cents. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. If you happen to find one, hit me up. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's a little tough to find. So after I got out of there, $3 for $1 bin, decided to go. Oh, actually no, excuse me, one more book. Found that Amazing Heroes, 1984 preview issue. This is like the like a preview of the black costume, Spider-Man black costume, which I thought was pretty dope. Because the first thing I noticed is this cover, and I thought, all right, I gotta grab that, especially when it's like 3 for $1. And it's a really cool cover too, all the way. I like this, so got that. Checked out their back issue bin, found a few things like Daredevil and the Black Widow. Not, it's not a great copy, but it's the first appearance of I want to say Moonstone. I want to say Moonstone, or I think I got their name wrong. It's one that TiVo had spec'd on, but off the top of my head I can tell you it's so late at night, so look it up. No, so I got this one. Some of these places you can find them for like 40 or 50 bucks. This one I found half off, and it was like $7. You can see the reason why. I mean, like looking at that piece right there on the top by Comics on Marvel Comics Presents. This, I think it's part of a marker that they use, but it's got a color break on the bottom right, so it's not too bad. I mean, it's got a couple of folds that that probably can't be pressed out. So found that. Also found a newsstand copy of X-Men #4, first appearance of Omega Red. So that was pretty cool. Also, I didn't think I was going to run and find these, but I found 2 copies of Daredevil #2, the second printing, and that's the first cover appearance of Detective Cole North. And I thought, man, that's pretty dope. I've been looking all over the place for this. And I think the reason why this thing's kind of a hot book, it's like a $35 book, and I got these for cover. So, it was just kind of crazy to see those things there. And I think the reason why this book is kind of a hot book is because of, one, and it's a cover appearance of the character Detective Cole North, and 2, I think the print run's really, really low. It's like 3,000. And to find 2 copies and they're really in cherry shape, I had to pick them up. So happy to have those. So I bought those over the shop. And as I was looking around while waiting for the guy to ring me up, one thing I noticed, and I couldn't help but notice it, and I was like, are you kidding? Are you freaking kidding me? Because that's the thing that blew my mind. Because I just mailed this thing off to somebody a couple days ago, and to see a better copy in front of me was one thing. But to see the price that it was there for was something else. And I was like, let me put the books away and then come back and use the restroom and think about it. After I got out the restroom, I said, screw it, let me get this. And this is no joke, because I'm sure once the owner finds out later in the week, who sold the book and where did it go, it's probably not going to have a really good time. No, he's cool. But found that. I didn't want to take off the price tag. Yeah, I didn't make this up. This is no joke. A 9.6 copy of What If #10. I was like, oh my God. And it's sitting there staring at me. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I just before I made the decision, I decided to look up the GPA on this thing, and the GPA is astronomical right now. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I thought, if I walk out of this store and don't get it, and I decide to come back and change my mind, that price is probably going to be a 4 instead of a 1. And I I had to do it. I had to go ahead and do it. I mean, price tax be damned. I took out the credit card and decided to get it because, even with the tax, it still doesn't even reach anywhere close to the current GPA right now. And it was like $15 tax. So I was like, whatever, So, am I going to crack this and get a press? I don't know. I don't think so. Am I going to flip it? Probably not at this time. I'm probably going to wait up on it, especially when the announcement was made, And in fact, I sold mine already, and I was like, all right, well, I'll get another book sometime. To see this graded back at a 9.6 and for that freaking price, oh my Lord, just blew my mind completely out of my head. So, yeah. Now, this is mine, and this probably going to stick around for a little while. I'm not sure how long, but eventually, it might go one day, but I'm not sure when. So, went off to another shop. Well, prior to that, I was at another shop, and that's why I wanted to say this one for last. Made a trade. So what I did was I had two books I wanted to trade, and the guy said, "Yeah, if there's anything else you want, I'll throw them in. It shouldn't be a problem." So, real quick, because we're going up with 30 minutes here. Thor 229. That's the first advertisement. It's the first advertisement for Wolverine, debuting, and Incredible Hulk 181. So I thought it was pretty cool. I wanted to get that, and I also like the cover. It's a really cool cover. Got these are throw-ins for my new acquisition. Deadpool 68. That's a scarce copy of Deadpool. Got Deadpool 69. That's a final issue of Deadpool. Really cool Udon cover. I really dig that. Or Alvin Lee, actually. Is Alvin Lee and Udon the same? I don't know. Got this one, Wonder Woman number 15. I just like the cover. I mean, it's no key or anything. I just liked it. I mean, it was half off. It wasn't, it was half, even though it was half off, I got it, thrown in. Saw this too. I think, I think it was Everyday Comics on Instagram. I saw him pick this up, and I really wanted to pick it up. And it was really Defenders number 10. And I thought it was really cool. I don't think I have this, so I had him throw it in. So there's that. And also these as well. I just picked up, just for the hell of it. I just paid out of my pocket. The Magnificent Miss Marvel number 5. This is supposed to be the, her new costume is supposed to be like symbiote based. And it's like a cover swipe of Secret Wars number 8, where Spider-Man, gets the black costume. So I thought it was pretty cool. So I got those. Thrown, but with the exception of the Miss Marvels here, which I paid for out of pocket, I got these thrown in for the trade I made. And I saw a buddy's shop on Instagram. He was posting books he picked up, from last week or so from the San Diego Comic-Con. And one of the books that caught my eye was an Avengers number 1. And I hit him up. I was like, dude, what do you want? What will it take to get that book? And I was like, I have a 6.0 copy of Incredible Hulk number 181, First Wolverine. I also have a 9.6 copy of Amazing Spider-Man 300, First Venom. And so we did some discussion on that, and then I brought my books in, and we made a deal, and this is what I got right there. Avengers number 1, 4.5, cream to off-white pages. I'm stoked. This book has been staring at me in the face for the longest time, and I've always wanted it, even before the hype. This, before the movies and everything, I always wanted this cover, and it's such a beautiful cover. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to crack it and get it pressed, get a higher grade. I mean, I'm going to have to ponder that, but I'm just stoked to see that, just in my possession, ready to rock and roll, just happy. So that's about it, guys. I just want to show off what I had in my latest haul video. And without further ado, guys, you know the deal. Give it a thumbs up. Also, comment down below. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that red button and turn it into a subscribed button. So without further ado, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.